really simply, I really want to say thank you to everyone for being here. Your work, the coverage of our team means a lot to our players. It means a lot to our fans. It means a lot to their families. So I want you to know that if there's ever anything we can do to help you, never hesitate to ask. That's what we're here for. And hopefully we can give you something fun to talk and write about. So I'll answer anything you want to ask, unless it's about the St. Louis Cardinals.
Go home now. What are you expecting this season out of Jaden? How can she maybe help this team in a different way?
Yeah, I think the uniqueness of our team this year is when you look at the new people, a lot of them are perimeter players. You look at when we practice and there's 3, 4 kids out there that were not here last year, so that's unique. Jada's done a phenomenal job. I could not be more proud of her. She came in here, understood what we needed. Obviously, we've been blessed to have a lot of great point guards here, and this is the first time in 5 years we've had to play a different one. But I think the thing that Jada figured out quickly is when you can walk in and the first two people you get to play with are Audi and Addy, that's a good start. She's completely different than Emily Ryan, so we've had to learn. Like we had to learn how to coach Audi because we never really had a true post player, and Jada's completely different player, person, everything than Emily Ryan. So we've tried to learn that, but she's a dynamic kid with the ball. She's got a great personality. I think our fans are really going to enjoy watching her play, but more importantly, enjoy getting to know her. She fits our culture really well.
Take me back to the first time you watched Addy Brown play basketball. What struck you?
It was in an AU tournament. I think she was probably going to be a sophomore, and I think it was in Texas. I'm not sure. But the first thing I noticed about her, and again, I don't like to do this because it's probably not fair, but she reminded me a lot of Bridget. Tall, skilled, very cerebral, can do a lot of different things, competitive, and in the modern day AAU circuit, they don't care if they win or lose. They're going to play 3 games. They're going to go to dinner. They're going to play the next day. They're going to play 3 games. They don't care. She was pissed when they didn't win, and that was the number one thing for me was the kid wants to win. But again, she looked like the kind of person that we've played in that position, and we pursued it from there. And Coach Steyer did all the work, and kind of like she did with Bridget. So it's worked out. It's worked out really well.
I was just going to follow up with that competitiveness because you can see it. You could see it from the first time I watched her. Is there a moment where you see her kind of narrow her eyes or kind of where okay, she's taking it to another level?
Yeah, usually when I say something to her and she kind of rolls her eyes at me or gives me the look, I mean, you can tell when some kids get mad because you say something to them, they made a mistake. She gets mad when the game's not going the right way, and she's someone that I think she sees the game like a coach. She sees the game in a way that a lot of players don't. I mean, we have a lot of skilled players, but not all of them see the game the way she sees it. And the thing I think she's learning is that when the moment means she has to do something like great players are supposed to do, she's more willing to do it now than I think she's been in the past. And I think, I think if we didn't have Audie, everyone would be talking about her even more. But she's her numbers speak for themselves, and I think she's someone that's gonna be as good a player as there is in our league and in the country, in my opinion.
Hey, Bill, Eric Olson with the AP.
Thanks for coming.
With Jada, could you, from your perspective, kind of give the narrative on how she ended up here? And then, is she just from you talk about her being different as a player? Is that she's looking to score more maybe than what you've had previously?
As far as her coming here, she went into the portal. obviously, she went to Arizona, but she's from Kansas City, so she's very Midwest oriented. She knew Addy Brown. She had a relationship there, and the thing about the portal is, it's speed dating. They get in, and you got to get going. And we got her here on a visit. Her mom was with her, and amazing. Her mom does an amazing job, and I think what she saw was an opportunity to play right away. She saw an opportunity to play in a system that'll make her better. I think she saw the fan base. Obviously, Audi and Addy were a huge part of it, and she really liked the Big 12. I mean, obviously, she played 2 years in the Big 12, so she had an idea what the league was about. And then as far as her style of play, I don't know that she probably does shoot it a little more than Emily Ryan. I think the biggest thing is she's more of a downhill, speed-oriented kind of player. And the one thing that, like I said, we're learning is, you as a coach sometimes I get like turning the ball over drives me absolutely crazy. We turn the ball over a lot right now, but you can't stop them from trying to do things. So, but her ability to go downhill with the ball and her ability to guard the ball is the best we've ever had here. Now, whether or not that translates into other things is we'll see. But she's really hard to guard, and our scout team guys do not like it when she's guarding them. So I guess that would be the biggest compliment they would pay to her.
Do you get the impression at all that last season has kind of, added some motivation to this year's team and, pushed them a little bit more?
I don't know. That's probably true. I'm one of these people though. If you don't have motivation, I don't care what year it is or what you do in life. What are you doing? I don't see what last year has to do with it. That's just me. They may say, yeah, we're highly motivated. And I mean, at the beginning of the year, we were not nearly as good as people thought. And at the end of the year, we were not nearly as bad as people thought. I mean, we did play in the NCAA tournament. We did win 23 games with a team full of sophomores and one senior. This year, we have basically all juniors and one senior again. So I do think there's a bit greater understanding. Obviously, Audi, Addy are older. You're a junior in college. You've been there, done that, and I think that's every player who's worth anything. I always tell them you don't have to check your ego at the door. I don't want them to do that. If you don't have an ego, everyone in this room has an ego. Everyone. Now, how does it mesh with the other people? And for Addy, Audi, anyone else to achieve what they want in our sport, you win. I mean, whoever it is, there's not very many all-conference, all-anything players that play on bad teams. What was it? The Cubs had an MVP. Was it Andre Dawson or something? Played on a really bad team. I can't think of anyone. I mean, it's always who wins. And so that's the challenge for our team every year. And hopefully this year, we're a little more mature, a little older. The newness of our team has been exciting because we do have a lot of, not just Jada and Reese, and people forget Kenzie got hurt last year, and EP's new. So, I mean, we're trying to blend that. We've scrimmaged more this year, 5-on-5 than I've ever done in my life, because we want them to play and learn how to play together. And it's been, I love our team. I mean, the people that are in this building every day are the best group of people that I've ever been around in my time here. It's not even, it's incredible, from the coaches and the staff and the managers and the scout team guys and the players. Everyone is so, and again, I know we haven't lost, and people aren't beating our ass up on Twitter because we lost, or I get that, but there is something about our team that's connected that and our staff that I really like, and hopefully that's something that'll drive us to get better and do the work we need to do to be a good team.
How's Kenzie doing, and what kind of role do you envision for her this year?
She's done really well. She was released. She started the first day of practice. She looks really good. She's worked really hard. Our training staff, strength staff have done a great job getting her back. And, you know, if we had a game tonight, she'd start. You know, she gives us a perimeter shooter. She gives us another defender. And, you know, she's a kid that, you know, she started and played a lot of minutes at Marquette on 2 really good teams. So she knows what this level's about. She knows what success is about. So I could not be more pleased with where she is right now, and excited for our fans to get to see her healthy. Last year they got to see her a little bit, but she was not anywhere near what she is now, and I think that's going to be a big plus for us.
How is it working with a different point guard now that Kenzie's working with? Is that maybe different for her now and how she's going to play?
Yeah, I think it is for all of us, really. You know, we're all learning, you know, what does Jada like? Like we all the time, you know, it's like, Jada, what do you like to do? I always tell our players, what do you do best? And you need to learn what the other guys do best. And so how do we mesh that? And how do you look at it and say we have the best 4 or 5 combination maybe in the country? So how do you play with them? And how do the guards play with them? Is when Jada's going to the basket. Last year, 90% of the time when Emily Ryan went to the basket, that ball was going to get passed. Jada's going to score more. So, you know, how do you do all those things? So it's been fun to watch, and I think with Jada and Reese, our freshmen, those 2 are going to they'll cover the point guard spot for us, and they've done really well. Like I said, we're in a really good spot. We haven't played yet, but both of them have done the things that we need to do to, you know, we again, Emily Ryan is the most unique, one of the most special people I've ever been around. What she did for our basketball program is one thing. What she did for our school and for me is a whole nother thing. But now it's time for her to do something else, and now she's coaching them. And what I told Jada and Reese was every minute, every second you can stand next to Emily Ryan and learn how we do things, learn how successful people do things, and learn how to play with Addy and Audi and the other guys. So it's been really good so far.
Hey, Bill, a quick one is when did Kenzie get kind of fully healthy and integrated back into the...
Yeah, she had her surgery the end of December. I think it was December 30th. Had to ease her way back. She was about ready to come back in the summer and had an unfortunate ankle sprain that she was moving and missed a step and sprained her ankle. So she missed some more time. But she was not fully released to work until the first day of practice, which was September 22nd. But it is really hard to rehab. Some of you had to do things in your life. There's nothing worse. You're so isolated and you feel miserable because you want to play. And that kid did everything. And she worked so hard to get back. And it'll be fun to see her healthy and ready to go. And now she fits in with all those juniors. So now she's in alignment with Jada, Audi, Addy, AJ, LT, Willie, all those guys. So, but September 22nd, she was here full go first day.
And then with Audi, in such a high standard she's set, what does it even look like for her to get better?
You know, I think that's a challenge for anyone. I don't care what you do in life. You know, you write the best story, you write a book, you do a documentary, and it's really, really good. Are you driven to do the next thing even better? Some people, that's pretty good. I'm good. You know, and it is hard to look at Audie in the face and say, you got to do this better. And she's looking at me like, I'm a third-team All-American. I scored 23 points a game. But she does want to get better, and she's got to defend better. She's got to rebound better. She's got to make free throws better. She keeps telling me she wants to shoot the 3. You got to make one, you know. But I think the bigger thing for Audie is she, now that she's a junior, you know, all great players as they evolve in their career, they want to take on a leadership mindset, and I think that's part of it. and her story is so special. I mean, small town kid that stayed home and is making a name for herself in her home state and impacting people the way she is. And she'll get better. She's already gotten better. I mean, you look at our scrimmages, you know, we chart everything. Her numbers are ridiculous. And the other day she went 17 for 20 in a scrimmage. I don't care who you're playing against. And she's playing against 6'3", 6'4" guys. We bring guys in every day. So it's not like she's playing against the team she played against in high school. She is getting better. She wants to get better. And we need her to get better for us to make another step, and she's willing to do that.
Bill, fortunately, you're old enough like me to remember Vinnie Johnson, the microwave. I'm thinking Sydney Harris kind of gave you that quality at times on the offensive end. Does she have some company there? I mean, we know what Kenzie could shoot it coming in, and how do you see her taking the next step in whatever her role will be?
Yeah, we've talked to Sid, and she's even expressed like her maybe a goal for her would be to be the sixth man of the year kind of thing. That's where she fits our system. Come off the bench, make shots. We've tried to give her the Curtis Jones example, but she can play, on the wing. You know, she'll back up Addy Brown at times, but she can make shots. I mean, if she's open, it's always good. You think a lot of a kid who can shoot when they're open. If they missed, you're surprised. You're not, rather than you're surprised they made it. And we have some of those too. It happens, but. And she's a senior, and she wants to do things and impact our team. And, I think she did last year in a big way, and hopefully that'll be the same this year because she had some big games at big times for us. And I don't think there's any question, whether it's the numbers or the system, she's the best three-point shooter on our team. And when you have a really good low post player, how do they guard? Do they double team Audi and leave her open? Or do they not? So those are the kinds of things, like I've said this many times. I spent a lot of time I did, and I still do, Purdue men's basketball. I think Matt Painter's, if not the best coach in the country, he's on the short list. And I spent a lot of time watching them play when they had Zach Edey. And it's like, all right, what are they doing? How are they getting him open, or how do the other guys score? So we've stolen a lot of stuff from him, and one of the things you notice, you better have people that can space the floor, and the only way you space the floor is you got to make a shot, and Sid can do that.
What went into compiling the non-con schedule this time around?
Non-conference scheduling, Coach Karp does 99% of the work. It's a miserable job. That's why I make him do it, because I can't stand it. Some of it is obviously you have your guarantee games. Some of it is obviously for us, we play all the in-state teams. And then you want to get into some kind of tournament. And, the one we got into is really good. We're going to play Marquette and then either Indiana or Gonzaga. Some of it is timing, to be honest with you. And I think, Coach, you could ask Coach Karp. We had a hard time even getting a scrimmage. Nobody wants to play here, and no one wants to play against Audi. And I wasn't stupid enough to go back to South Carolina and back to UConn again. That wouldn't have been the smartest move. So it was really hard. I mean, we still could have scheduled another game, but it's just scheduling is one of the hardest things to do because everyone wants what's best for them. They want the date they want more money, they want it to fit, and then you start looking at the dates that are available. It's really hard, and Karp spends a lot of time. We talk a lot about it. Like as we're going through it, it's like a daily conversation. And then you add one Big 12 game at the end before Christmas. So you start looking at dates. It's really hard. But you're always trying to give, for us, it's the in-state games and then give our players an opportunity to go somewhere nice and play in a good event. And that's what happened. That's how we ended up in the event in Florida for Marquette and Indiana Gonzaga.
Between your freshmen and then transfers, what kind of roles do you envision for those newcomers?
Well, Jada's the starting point guard. Reese is a freshman. She'll play a lot. She'll play backup point guard. We'll play Jada and Reese together. EP has done a really good job. She gives us a big guard, ultra aggressive, great on-ball defender, offensive rebound, slasher type. And then Freya's probably a little bit behind. She wasn't here this summer. And I say that, and we had a scrimmage yesterday, and she made 3 threes in about 45 seconds. Everybody went absolutely nuts. But 3 of them are in the rotation for sure. And for all different reasons. Like we added 4 players, and all 4 of them I could not be more pleased with. It's gone even better than I thought, to be honest with you. And again, I know it's early and we haven't played yet, but I've done this long enough where you know if people have the things that you need them to have, and all 4 of them do.
Hey, Coach.
You expect me to answer that question with a Texas jersey on?
I lost the bet.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Oh,
Oh, that's
you
right.
lost.
You lost.
Oh, you let me down. I know. 2nd year in a row. I'm as disappointed as you are.
don't
Please
really
answer
care.
my questions. What are your expectations this season?
Yeah, that's a very fair question, and one I really have never learned to answer very well. I'm not one of those people that, our goal. I'm a goal-oriented person, but not specific, because I think when you say, this is the goal, do you undersell yourself? Do you oversell yourself? What my thing is always, I want the players to have individual goals, and we build off of that. But my expectations are, it's kind of been the same since the day I got here, is we want to have a team, a program that represents our university the way they should, and represent our fan base, and where our fans come to games, and if we don't win, they're disappointed, but they're still pleased with the way we act, the way we play, the way we go about doing our business every single day. And it's like I tell our players, there's 365 days in a year. We only play 30 games. So it's like there's a lot of ways to impact success, impact the community, impact, today's a day off, but our players are doing a clinic for Special Olympics and YSS later today. There's so many things that you can do, but my expectation is it's been the same, that our fans view us as, what football's doing, what men's basketball's doing, what everyone else is doing. And I know that's not a great answer, but that's just kind of the way I view it. And I hope that we can do that. And I think this group understands that, and I think they look forward to what's in front of them.
Hey, Coach. I've seen a lot of your players at various ISU sporting events throughout the fall season.
I thought you were going to say you've seen him somewhere else. Okay. I'm glad you kept that question going.
No, Coach, but talk about supporting their fellow Cyclone athletes across all the sports, and especially they're together. They're in a group of like 4 to 5 girls every single time. Yeah. How does that add to the court?
Oh, it adds a lot. I think that's one of the great things about being a collegiate athlete. We schedule our practices. That's one great thing about being the head coach. I get to schedule practice time. Like we schedule so our kids go to football games. They go to volleyball games. They go to soccer games. They know, and that the great thing about Stark Performance Center is they eat with all those guys. They're all together, and they interact, whatever it is. And I think that's a cool thing about being a collegiate athlete is being exposed and being around other things and enjoying the competition and supporting your. If you're not supporting fellow student athletes, how can you expect other people to support them? Like they're living the same life you're living. It's a different sport, different ball, but our kids really, really enjoy that, and I think it's great. And that's why, and we've always kind of been that way. We all love going to football games. We don't get to as many men's basketball games as we'd like because of our schedule, but that's part of the experience. And hopefully, and the other part that happens is when they go, they interact with the fans, and it's a way where, some little kid can come up and take a picture with Audi. She can't on game day because Audi's playing. But if Audie's sitting at a volleyball game or a soccer game or whatever, that's all part of the way we do things at Iowa State. That's just kind of the way we go about, not just us as a university, I think. And football the same way, men's basketball. I mean, all those sports are so committed to doing those things. So it's a lot of fun, and they enjoy it.
How are you guys doing from a house standpoint?
We're good. We have 13 players, and if we had a game tonight, all 13 would dress and be available to play. And that's a big thing. We don't practice today, but yesterday was the third day since the summer where all 13 people were in the building at the same time. So we're making progress. But we're good. We're really good. Our strength staff and training staff do a great job and get them out here, and so we're excited. But you guys good? And last thing for me, I really want to wish Coach Campbell best of luck the rest of the way. What he's done and with his team is amazing. Can't wait for the game next week, and certainly want to wish TJ luck as he gets started. I know they have a scrimmage tomorrow night, but it's a fun time of year to have everything going on at the same time. So thank you all for coming. If you need us, let us know. Go Cyclones.